Survivor's ready. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
The queen stays queen.
You said rustle feathers.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to calamity. We have ripe bananas all the time.
Dude, my prize isn't even $1 million. My prize was that I fell in love in this game. Love at first sight. Her name is Candace.
You officially go down as the dumbest survivor ever.
Welcome to Not Game, All Personal. Hey, we are a Survivor podcast here to talk about all things Survivor, more specifically speculations on Season 50. I'm Nathan. This is Tony. Tony, you ready to dream a little bit?
Oh, I'm so excited to dream, but I know that it's just going to be disappointment. I'd guess maybe 2 or 3. Well, we'll probably get a couple people because we have some post 40 people, and that's not the biggest pool. But yeah, we're not going to be right for most of these.
Wow, coming off the gates, just already down on yourself, huh?
Well, we're not trying to predict. If we're trying to predict,
No,
I think
you're
we
right.
cook a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be drafting, compiling, listing out our Dreamcast for Survivor 50. So how we're going to be doing that is we both have separate lists here, but we'll be making one list together. I kind of assumed the cast would be 20 people. Does that sound good to you?
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay. And we're going to divide it out. Half of them have to be new era, so season 41 and above. Half of them have to be pre-season 40. We are splitting up male and female contestants. And also, they can only play one time prior to season 50. So
That was one of the hardest stipulations, I think. Because especially going back to early seasons have been pretty picked clean of interesting people. And so it's hard to find people from early on. So this won't be an early cast. It'll be more modern, I think. At least for me.
The earliest season I have is season 30. So that will tell
really?
you.
Well, I have a lot earlier than that.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. Because
pick them? That's the big question. I don't know if I'll pick them.
Sure. Well, yeah, because I think part of it is because most I don't know. Yes, we could pick the Dreamcast, like Boston Rob, Parvati, right? Like all these people, I think would be probably the dream. But to me, that's a little less exciting, especially because we've had so many variations of those people cross paths.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I don't know, maybe someday we'll do an actual Dreamcast, right? But I think at that point we're just picking the 20 best, our 20 favorite people of all time, right?
Yeah. And if we're doing an actual Dreamcast, to me that is okay, I get to take this person at their prime. Because there's a couple people that I thought of for this, and it was just even post 40, and it was I love this player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'm interested in watching them play another game because I don't know if they could give me anything else. I feel like it would just be disappointment. And so I was I don't want to see him again necessarily on this cast. And same with Rob, Suri. We've seen what they can do. I don't need to see it again.
Right. Yep. So I think this is a good way of just, I don't know, getting some fresh blood in there. Obviously, it is more heavily weighted towards seasons 41 through 47. But I do have a feeling that might be where season 50 is going anyways. So I think it might be accurate. Yeah, I mean, did you have any other, before we get into it, did you have any other, I don't know, barriers you found with this or struggles? I will say the new era, I found it much easier to pick women. Seasons pre-40, I was much easier to pick men. I don't know why that is, but that's the struggle I had.
Honestly, as I look at my list, I feel that way as well. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting.
Yes, just as far as characters I want to see play, people I were I was struggling a little bit with new era males, and then vice versa, old era females. I don't know why. Something to look into, I guess.
Yeah, I found the pre 40 women were a challenge. And I also think just women in general, I mean, like once they start having kids and things like that, they might be less interested in this sort of thing. So it's like,
I didn't know
and
where
like,
you're going with that. It's like,
no,
just
and it not,
women in general are just challenging, you know?
yeah, women just suck. No, but like it affects, and this is a Dreamcast, so it shouldn't actually affect, but the time matters. So if I'm picking somebody from an early season who has since had a family and is like a completely different person, that affects like whether or not I want to see them play again. And I think,
Maybe. I don't. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe I don't know
well, you
details
went as
about
early
these
as season
people.
30, so you don't count.
That's true. Like I'm not picking anyone in there. Most people are still prime enough to play on my list.
I'm still finding people that I need to add to my list.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, who I probably won't even pick him, but worth mentioning. Another thing that occurred to me before we get into it, last thing I swear. A few
Yes.
like there's some Survivor legends that were out like early merge or like sometimes even pre-merge that came back to be successful. And so there was a part of me that felt like that I needed to pick a few people who were early merge that like were a fun personality that were given like a rough go of it and given a second chance. Did you consider that at all, or was it purely, or is it like mostly people who maybe top 7, 8 end game players?
It's mostly top 7, top 8. I'm trying to see.
Okay.
I didn't. Yeah, I just wrote them
And
all
I
down
might
in
not
Word
pick those
docs. I don't
people, but
have.
it was yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think, and that might be a bias on my part because if they went on longer in the game, I probably had a better introduction to them. You know, so
Hmm.
yes, the potential of like an early boot could be there, but I guess I just didn't take that risk writing these down. Yeah, huh?
Like
Yeah.
Michaela
I'm learning
from
about myself.
Michaela when she first came on Millennials versus Gen X, she got 14th place and was still brought back for game changers. Like players like that where man, they were pretty early, like they were out pretty early and still were given that chance. I think Desi's another one. She was in 11th place. I think I saw Haley was another one that she was
Hmm.
pretty early boot. She
Well,
was 11th
Desi
place as
never
well. Like
came
it
back,
happens.
so.
Huh?
Well, Desi never came back, so.
Oh, that's true. That's unfair. Yep. All right. Yep. You're right. She did the challenge. That's on me. That's on me. Got shows mixed up. I
All right.
recognize the name.
As far as how we're gonna the format of us picking names, I'm assuming we're just going every other. Are there any rules of where we pick, or can we just pick anyone in any category, and then once it's full, it's full?
I think we should alternate guy girl.
Okay. Era 2 or
Not
no?
like you say a guy, I say a girl, but like each of my picks have to alternate. So if you go, so if I start with a guy, then my next pick has to be a girl, next pick has to be a guy. So we'll probably end up being like two guys, two girls, two guys, two girls as we go. But
Okay. Do
I
eras
don't like the
matter at
idea of
all?
filling up a category, huh?
Do eras matter at all?
You want to make errors matter?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm okay with, like if the new era is filled right away, then we're stuck picking old. That's fine.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. So we'll personally keep track of guy girl, making sure that personally we're going every other. And
Mm-hmm.
then all right, sounds great. Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I think part of this might be competitive if we have strong differing opinions, which I do know there are several players that we might not want on here, but the other one might. And so
There are also players that I expect you to pick. That's another thing. Even if I
yes.
don't want them, there's players where it's like it's on you to pick this person if you want them in there.
All right. Does it really matter who goes first then? Probably not, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, why don't you start us off then? Who is
Oh
the
no, I
first
didn't want to
person
do
you
that.
want on season 50?
It's hard to like qualify who I want most
Well,
out of
let
all of these
maybe
people.
let's not think of it like that then. Let's just pick someone. How
Well,
about that? It
that's
doesn't
the
have to be
easiest way to
the.
do it because I don't want to pick somebody that like I want the least, and then they're stuck in
Well,
there.
yes, obviously.
Give me Christian from David versus Goliath. I need to
That's
see
the
more
good one.
Christian. I
Yep.
need to see more Christian.
Uh, that's probably the number. Well, maybe number 2 on my like old school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just incredible player. I think, in my mind, the best player of that archetype, right? I think like
Oh yeah.
I mean his opening. I will never forget the opening challenge where, the whole
Made
season's
an
David
algorithm.
Goliath. They're just like towering over them when it comes to size and strength and whatever. And then all of a sudden, Christian is one of two people on the puzzle, and he just completes it, wins, the challenge, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I designed these challenges in college, right?" And I mean, just set the scene, and then the whole season, just such a character that like we've never seen since.
It's just I'm currently watching season 37 with some friends who are watching through for the first time. So I'm getting like fresh Christian. And it's just he's such a fun person and such like a quirky personality, but also genuinely such a nice person that it's just I feel like you can't mess with him. Um and yeah, it's one of those where it's like, well, what more can you get from him? It's like, I don't care. I want more of what I already got from him. Like, I just want Christian to exist in my life.
Yeah. Nope, that's a great pick. Okay. For my pick, I'm gonna go new era. This might be the most obvious pick for me. Maybe not. I don't know. Give me Carolyn.
Okay. Yep.
I mean,
Easy.
probably one of the biggest like 0 to 100 for me. Well, I maybe not. I never hated her, but like just very neutral, very like, what's the deal? This is like very. This is a very odd person. And I think she warmed up for both of us, especially for me.
Like the same week, I feel like.
There was a moment, I can't remember what it was. I had to go back and listen, but we're just like, I think we're in on her. And she ended up, I mean, being like, should she have won the game? Maybe not. I'm not saying she's like, got snubbed at the end, but like, as one of the best 0 vote finalists ever. And she should have gotten some votes at the end. And I also could be biased because I really liked watching her on Traders this season. And I think seeing her play that game showed like, okay, you still got game in you. This wasn't a one-off.
Oh yeah, I feel like you saw her strategic side more than you did in Survivor, even because she was overshadowed by Carson and by Jam and those guys.
Yeah. So that's my pick.
Okay. So I have to pick a woman as well. What direction do I want to go here? I think I was a big fan on her season. I'm going post 40 as well. I think I'm gonna go Kelly. I want to see Kelly play again. I thought she could cook, and then she got kind of screwed over with her alliance to Bruce, and so I want to see her play again.
Yeah.
And then she podcast with Michelle, I think, right?
She does have a podcast with Michelle on, I think the Rob has a podcast feed, I believe.
Oh, is it on that network?
I think so, if I'm correct. I haven't listened to it. Sorry. No, she was on my list as well. When you mentioned early boots, she might be the earliest I have because she was right out. I think I don't know if it was the merge or if it was the mergatory, one of the two. It might have been the mergatory. But like pretty early on, right? I think once her tribe, because her tribe came in with the numbers and she was the first to go from the majority numbers that season. And I think because they thought she was not the leader necessarily, but like the glue, and she was important and she had potential, and I think we both agreed with her, or agreed with them. I think we both were fans for that season, so yeah, love to see her back.
Who you got next?
I gotta go new era again.
Okay.
Just because I don't know.
You got a guy for us?
I do.
I think I know who it is.
Do you want to guess, or do you want me to just? I'll just say it.
I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper.
Okay. I want you to write it down, and then after you write it down, I will say it, and you can hold it up and let me know if it's what I said. I'm gonna pick Q.
Oh nope.
Nope.
I should have picked that. I should have picked that. That was stupid of me.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most unconventional players of all time. Yeah. Truly. Is he good at the game? Jury's still out. Who knows? Who knows
They certainly are.
Was it strategy? Was it just chaos? Was it chaos that worked in his favor? I don't care. I want to see him do it again. So give me Q.
Do we? I love that. Q is a wild ride. He's definitely on my list. I knew that's one that I knew you were gonna pick. It was foolish of me to. I like scanned my list, but his name was so short that I did not process that it was there. That's genuinely what
Yeah.
happened. Do we want to make sure that I only I don't myself do all the pre-40 men? Do we want to kind of limit 2 or 3 in each category for each of us?
Well, that was kind of my question, like if we had to divide up eras as well.
Let's just think about try not to fill out an entire era yourself.
Let's do this. How about we have to, before you can repeat an era or like male female, you have to go next. So now that I have a female new era, male new era, I'll have to do the next
Okay.
old.
Okay.
And
So I
then
can
once we all get like maybe 1 or 2, then it can be a free for all.
okay. So then I have to go post 40 male.
Yes. I think there are 2
Okay.
very obvious options for you, and I didn't write down either of them, only because I know they're
I think
probably both going to
those-
be on this cast.
I think those might be the 2 options that I chose not to put because I don't know if there's any more I want to see from them.
That's interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna go with my pick. I'm gonna go Charlie.
Charlie. Wow.
That's who I thought you might go with. I think
Wow.
if there's anybody who deserves a second shot and who I'd enjoy seeing play again, it's Charlie.
I didn't write him down, but I think in my mind, and this might have been an oversight on me, I kind of just went through really quick and was just like, this person from this season, this person. So I think like when I picked Q from 46, I didn't end up writing Charlie,
you
but
kinda
like,
did one from each.
yeah, but that wasn't even intentional. I think it was just subconscious, because I'm
Yeah.
looking at my list and I don't really have a lot of. So no, Charlie's an absolutely deserves to be on this season.
Keep a note on those 2 that you're expecting me to say because we'll see. I don't think I'll say them.
Hey, if you don't say them, I will be thrilled. So that's better for me,
For
personally.
both of them?
Yeah, I'm good.
For one of them, I could see you being good, but the other one, I don't know. All right.
All right.
We'll see.
So I'm
like
gonna
being cryptic.
go. I have to go with female, so I'm gonna go with an old female, not an old female, but like a.
Rude.
I'm gonna go with Angelina
Yep.
from David
Yep.
and Goliath. Just again, I think I'm going for more fun characters, right? I think that's kind
Yeah.
of my vibe.
I knew that was going to be your vibe from the beginning. Watching her again, like I said, I'm watching Heroes versus David versus Goliath now. All of her instincts of what to do and what to say are good. Like, oh, I should like do this. I should step out and so that we can get
I
rice.
should ask for a
Every time-
jacket.
But every time she opens her mouth, it is always just a disaster. It never works in her favor. It always raises her target level, or everybody's just like this moron. Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
How often she puts her foot in her mouth.
No, I agree. I actually haven't watched that season since I watched it live, so maybe I need to revisit because it's a good season. Like it's a good cast.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Solid winner. Maybe not like the best of the cast that was on this season, but like good winner.
Mhm. If
yeah.
you asked, that's the second season I suggest if you're looking for an all newbie cast to get started in Survivor. It's Kagayan and then it's David versus Goliath.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call. Okay.
All right.
You're
I
up.
have a pre-40 season 40 woman as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This is probably my weakest list. Just like there weren't a ton of options that really stood out to me. I've always been a huge fan of Victoria from season 38 from Edge of
Okay.
Extinction. So I want to see Victoria play again. I think she played a really good game that first time, and I'd love to see her play again. Probably one that's kind of out of left field that you probably didn't consider, but I
No,
liked her a lot.
I didn't write her down, but she was like in consideration as I was scanning. Like as I was scanning, I don't think I have any female from that season. Oh, I do. That's interesting. Okay. Well, maybe I don't have to pick her then. But she was definitely one I considered considering, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know if you're aware. On Twitter, she did post that she did not get a callback for season 50 because I think part of the rumors and leaks, like there were people that were contacted, like they do like an initial big, casting where they call probably 50 people. Hey, are you
Just to
interested? Are you
gauge, like,
available?
are you interested? Yeah.
So I think there was a rumored list of who got that call, and she didn't even get that call according to her. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't disagree. She would be fun to watch again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, my
You got a pre-season 40 man.
yeah, I mean this might be one of the most generic fan picks ever.
I want to guess again, but just go for it.
But like they're not wrong. It's got to be Rick
Yeah.
Devens.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like
Yep.
I mean just an absolutely delightful character who went out there, gave it his all. Like I don't think there are many Survivor players that have played harder than him
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in multiple aspects. Controversial exit, Edge of Extinction. Not a lot of people love the winner of that season, and so
Yeah.
I think that definitely adds to the mythology of Rick Devens deserves a second chance. So I'm for it. Let's get him back.
Yeah, he feels like in a lot of ways, and this is a spoiler heavy everything, so hopefully people aren't mad about this. He seems like a textbook, or like people that don't. I don't know. I'd have to look at his season. Did he found idols for the most part towards the end, right?
Towards the end, he
Or
did
was it
idle
kind of a
his
mix
way.
of?
He
So
won
it's like he's kind
immunity
of
and he won
okay.
had idols. Yes, but there were like maybe 2 weeks in a row, maybe three that he like idled his way to the end. So
Okay.
that was
So it
part of
feels
it.
close to Ben, but I feel like people receive him a lot more than they do Ben, which is interesting. But I'm a huge Devins fan. I would love to see him play again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Let's see. And so I went girl, so I can just go any guy basically.
you can
I
go
want.
any guy.
Is there anybody that stands out that I need to see again? Why don't you give me? I really want to see Cody from season 43 play again. That's who I want to
Yep,
go with.
he is on my
Livid.
list.
Cody's such a delight. Yeah, he's an easy pick for me, I think.
I want to ask a follow-up question, but I'm not spoiling anything yet. So, but I agree. I wrote Cody down. Cody is someone I want to see play again. That's all I'll say.
Do you think I'd go both?
I don't know. I mean, part of me thinks you're alluding to the fact that you won't, but I guess we'll see. But I agree that I would pick Cody. That's all I'll say.
Yep.
Okay.
We're being so unnecessarily cryptic. Like,
No, I
we
mean,
can
like,
say
we
it,
know
but
what we're saying, but we're not going to for the sake of integrity here. I gotta go female, and as you know, my old females are not strong, so I'm gonna stick with the new females. Now, the question is, I could go two ways here.
there's a couple that you need to name just to be on brand. So we'll see if you do that.
Yes, I'm aware. Uh, the I'm kind
Don't
of
feel like you're
concerned though
beholden to that.
if my well I just like do I kind of want to pick someone who I think is going to be good at the game again,
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with more chaos. I'm going to pick Venus.
Venus. Oh,
Did you not think that was coming?
I did not. I didn't have Venus down.
Well, I mean, I knew that, but yeah, I want to see Venus play again.
I have other chaos people from that season.
Interesting.
We'll see if I pick them. Probably not, but I have other people.
Banu.
Oh no, I should have.
All right, who you got next?
Let's see. So I just went guy, so I got to go girl. Look at my girl list. Oh, this is tough. Can I go either with the girls? I can. I can go.
I really like where this is going so far.
I'm going
just gotta say that.
post 40. I'm going post 40 woman.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they'd have her back. I'd love to see Shan thrown into this mix of characters that we have.
I somehow missed her.
I would love to see Shan
Holy moly.
thrown
Nope.
into this
Yep.
wild ride of a season.
Why did I just breeze past her? She's not written down, but she 100% would. I feel silly now for picking Venus. Wow. I'm very glad you said that because I would have been really
Yeah.
sad if we ended this and she was not brought up. No, 100%. Yes. Get her on here. Do you think she wouldn't be asked back?
She called Angela from Big Brother a Klanswoman on Twitter, and like I guess I don't know what their restrictions are, like what they think about stuff like that.
It's like,
but
do we think
that's-
she's wrong? I don't know. I think we should look at
Yeah,
the facts first.
I
before.
guess they should look into whether or not it's valid, but that felt extreme to me, as I recall, and so
Yeah.
I just don't know if they would, but I would love to see her.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, man, I'm upset I didn't think of that. Okay, I'm gonna go with male. I'm gonna go with old male. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna go with Dominic.
I had him on mine.
Yeah, I like, and this is where it gets a little, because you would be like, wait, didn't he play again? He did not. He did Challenge USA, and so I'm not 100% sure how that overlap. Like, have we seen a well, no, we haven't. We haven't seen a Survivor player come back play Survivor after doing something like that. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know if that will hurt his chances. I would assume not because it's still CBS, unlike, Traders or something is NBC, so there might be a little more like, hey, you work for this company now, but I don't know. But like one of the more deserving losing finalists. Not
Oh,
let me rephrase
absolutely.
it. Not that he deserved to lose. He deserved to win. Okay, I don't.
I've always said, looking at their games, I would have voted for Dominic. I like Wendell more, and I'm very pleased with his win. And the fact that he had Laurel in the end to save him, that was a strategic. Like I feel like that was helpful for him. So like, yeah. But I think Dom played, objectively, I would say, a better game.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Or a more
incredible
involved
game.
maybe.
The only time in Survivor history there's been a tie. So I think, like,
Mm-hmm.
by definition, he is the uh the Survivor finalist that deserved to win the most out of all Survivor history, right? Like,
Oh,
just
absolutely.
numbers wise.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to word that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think, I don't know, I was, and the challenge is a different game. I think I was underwhelmed with his performance in the challenge. And maybe that's unfair. And so there's a part of me that's like, do I want to see Dom again? Maybe. His target would be massive, I think. So it'd be very interesting to see him navigate that. And he wouldn't have a ride or die like Wendell. So, but hey, you picked him, so he's in there.
He's in there. All right, next up for you.
Okay, so I just picked Shan. So I got to pick a guy as well pre 40.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets tough.
Yeah.
Because I feel like those three were the clear three.
I would agree with that. Yep.
Why are we here if we're not here to dream?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. What's your dream?
Wait, let me.
Are you bringing someone back from the dead? That'd be exciting.
I want to see a player that, if you asked me, I think I'd pick him out of almost anybody to play again.
Uh-huh.
It's a travesty that he hasn't already.
Uh-huh.
I want to see Earl, the winner of Survivor
pick.
Fiji. I want
That's
to
a
see
good
him
pick.
play again.
That's a
I
really
want to
good
see
pick.
somebody from back in the day. I just Googled it. He's 53. He's not that old.
No.
I think he could come in with a lot of wisdom. I think he'd be very respected, not super high threat level. I'd love
Mhm.
to see him. And he's our
Yeah.
first winner that we've included, it looks like.
He is.
And probably,
Well,
I think the only winner I have written down.
I have one more, but I don't think I will pick him. Just looking where the numbers are right now, I don't think I'll have to. Which is fine. Yeah, I have not watched all of Fiji. That's one that I've just seen
Fair.
bits and pieces. But I've only heard good things, and I remember Winners vs. War, a pre-interview, Sandra was very upset that he was not included on the season. So I'm like, well, if Sandra's saying it, I buy it. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
where's Earl? Why is he not on here?
One of the cool things about him is he was an alternate who had never seen the show, I
Wow,
think. So he came in knowing nothing and not even knowing that he was going to play, and then he was suddenly thrown into it and just cooked.
that's very cool. All
Yeah.
right, let's see him on. This list is going to be really funny now, just like seeing just what season everyone came from, and then it's like season 14 Earl. I love it though. I love it. Okay, so I have to go pre 40 female right now.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a good pick. This was one of the top of mine, I think. I'm gonna go with Chrissy from Heroes, Hustlers. Heroes?
I always forget.
I said Heroes. Heroes, Healers.
Healers, Hustlers.
Yes,
Heroes,
that's it.
Hustlers. I always forget to do it so hard.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people, possibly myself included, think that she deserved to win or at least a better chance.
Mm-hmm.
She is one of, is it like 4 females now that have like the most immunity wins ever? Now that Rachel joined the ranks last season, so very strong competitor. We really got to see like a full arc with her. So I don't know. I think it'd be really fun to see what she could bring the second time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great pick. And I'm gonna pick one right after you. I'm gonna go for the ladies pre-season 40 as well. How early do I want to go here? Okay, so based on who's left, who would I want to see play again? Just because I don't think this season's ever going to be mentioned,
Okay.
but I think she had a pretty impressive game.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go Lauren from season 39. She was kind of the duo
Lauren.
with Tommy the whole time.
I'm going to have to look this up. I have
That's
blocked
fair.
season 39 out of my Survivor 39 Lauren. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I honestly I recognize her more post Survivor because I've seen her on podcasts and like she's very active in, I guess, the Survivor community.
Oh, is she? Cool. Yeah, she played a
that's a good
great
pick.
game. Her and Tommy were like a ride or die duo, and she got out fourth because she was a threat. It's one of those situations.
Yeah, I should have like looked up pictures or something because when I was browsing, all the Survivor seasons, I just saw the names in season 39. I hardly recognized anyone. Like it's truly just a blur of a season. So I'm glad we have some representation because I would have not picked any. Actually, that's a lie. I did have someone from that season. Wow. Okay, but I won't.
Oh, did you have? Oh, okay. I know who you had. Just chaos.
Not the one that got canceled. No, come on.
Obviously not.
Tony.
I read something that like a lot of people on that cast are still pretty like friendly with him, which is interesting.
I mean that's not really surprising. I feel like most bad people in this world still have friends that have their back. I don't know.
Obviously charming. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go with male. I'm gonna go
40, right?
post 40.
Right, that's where you're at.
I think I can go anywhere, right? Mine, or do I have to go post 40? I am gonna go post 40. No, I think no. You're right. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go post 40. I'm gonna go with Omer.
Love it. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah. Like probably one of the more strategic players on my list.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was good, and I think him getting voted out was in many ways the winning move for Marianne. So I think that only speaks to his threat level. So let's see if he can do it again.
He had an advantage that wasn't even shown in the edit. That
True.
if he survived that, he was about to cook from that point on.
Yeah.
The only thing is, and once again, this is Dreamcast, so it doesn't matter. I know he was pretty hurt by Drea and the things that she said to him afterwards. So I wonder if he would ever play again, if he would ever choose to. But I'm forcing him to because it's a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, he's got to play.
Yep.
All right, so we have one slot open in every category. So this is where we might block each other out. We'll see. You have to go with male, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, there's two that are really interesting from pre 40.
Uh-huh.
They're calling my name.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm interested in anybody from post 40 right now that I've written down.
Okay.
I'm going pre 40.
Mm-hmm.
Love both of them.
I'm really
Should I go
glad.
for an earlier season to stretch it a little bit?
I'll leave that up to you. I will leave that up to you.
All right, I'm gonna go for someone who I fell in love with before they played Survivor. I'm gonna go with Hayden Moss
Oh,
from Blood
wow.
versus Water. I
Oh,
want to see Hayden
wow.
play again. I want to see Hayden play again big time.
Wow. I would have never guessed that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I think about that. I think in some ways I was a little underwhelmed with his Survivor performance, but I think
Yeah,
that's
like
that.
fifth.
Yes, but because of how dominant he was on Big Brother,
Okay,
and,
that's fair.
and I think
He didn't have to be meow meow.
it was a tough season to try to dominate with because he was considered the newbie, so he was not a part of the vets, the returners, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his partner, who was a vet, maybe one of the worst players ever,
Yep, absolutely.
So I try not to hold that against him, No, I think that'd be fun. That's a good pick. I just didn't see that coming. Okay. I'm gonna pick one more post 40 female. I'm between two here. Both of them are a little similar, perhaps, but I think I'm gonna go with this slightly more entertainment, in my opinion. I'm gonna go with Cassidy.
I love it. She was on my list.
I think, in my opinion, deserved to win that season.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the jury did not agree.
Yeah.
And I even think, she did go and do Challenge USA, and I thought she was very fun on that.
Mhm.
So I would like to see her on the island again.
Absolutely. Let's see. That leaves me with another pre-season 40 woman. All
Yes.
four of those. All four of the people named are on my list. How early do I want to go? That one's just a funny answer.
Hey, I'm down for
I'm
jokes.
gonna go. Sorry, dead air. Sorry. I'm gonna go with. Oh, I don't love any of them, which makes it such a challenge.
That is a challenge when you don't like any of them.
I'm gonna go with Sabrina
Oh,
from One World.
yeah. Runner up, correct?
Yeah, or she was third. Chelsea
Okay.
was second.
That's a little surprising, but
Because we didn't have many people from that season. At least the women have a chance, but I mean, Kim cooked that season.
yes. No, that's a
But-
good pick. Unfortunately, I don't remember much about her because that is a season I don't think I'll ever rewatch.
Yeah, and this is based on memory. She might have been awful, and I just remember her being good. So that's definitely on the table.
I remember her as a Survivor contestant, which is more than I can say about most people on that season. Like if you
That's
asked
fair.
me to name females on that season, I could maybe name 4. Oh, 5.
You knowing who it was made me feel good. You
Yes,
being
no, no,
like,
no.
oh
I
yeah, I
do.
was like,
I
okay, good,
remember
cool.
her. Yes, no. Okay. So I got to go with a post 40 male, and I'm
Yep.
realizing I forgot a post 40 female that I'm really upset I forgot about.
I
But
think
that's
there's
fine.
2 post 40 females I'm mad about.
Okay. So I'm between 2. One I'm not confident will be as good, but they are a fan favorite. I'm not gonna go with them though, or
Thank you.
do I?
If it's too up on the
Oh
list.
man. No, I mean I think you would like this person if I picked him.
Gabler. I feel like now we can talk because it's the last
Oh
person. Do you want to
gosh.
tell me who you're deciding between? You might as well at this
No,
point.
because I don't want you to sway me.
Okay.
I don't want you to sway me. Uh, I think I know the fan favorite that you're thinking of, and I'm not picking him. I am gonna pick Caleb
Okay.
from
Okay.
45.
Okay. Took me a second. Okay. I like it.
Not my favorite pick, and I'll just tell you right now. The other pick I had listed was Ricard from 41.
Oh, yeah. I like Caleb over Ricard for
I
sure.
think Ricard would do better than Caleb on
Mm-hmm.
a returning season, but I don't know. Caleb's just too likable, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very fair.
Were you thinking Jonathan was the fan favorite that I might have been thinking?
Oh, it was Kyle, but that was a joke answer in my
Oh.
head.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. I'm shocked that Jesse or Carson was not even written down on your end.
Yeah, they weren't even written down. Those are the two that those are the specific two.
That's so interesting to
Carson,
me.
I don't know how much more he could show me. And same with Jesse. I think with Jesse, I would unless he wins, it would just be like a disappointing showing.
Yeah. Okay. Don't hate that.
I love both of them, but for this season, that they weren't the ones that I wanted to see back.
Were there any other post 40 males? That was everyone I had written down.
I had JD written down from 41.
Okay.
I had Matthew from 44 who got hurt, who I thought was gonna cook.
Oh, right.
I had Brandon from 45 because that's funny. Um, I had
That
Jake.
is funny.
I had Jelinski because I my bet is Jelinski's actually gonna be on the season.
I think so too.
And then I had Soul and Keyshawn, and so that was a lot of like the early boots that I thought maybe they would bring back.
Yeah. No, we pretty much went through
Hmm.
my entire list. Post female, the one I just thought of, which I'm bummed I didn't put on here now, is Emily from 45.
Liz and Emily are maybe the two that I'm upset aren't on there.
The other one I was considering, other than Cassidy, was Carolyn from last season.
I have Carolyn as well written down.
But I think that would have been more of just like I enjoyed her and I think she has potential, and I think of everyone in that season she probably, I don't know, got robbed the most, but like she could have went farther, so it'd be fun to see her play again, but like entertainment wise I don't know if that'd be the strongest pick.
Mm-hmm. I also had Tori written down, Lindsay from 42, Franny, and Tiffany from
Yeah.
47.
Yep.
46,
I
whatever it
thought
is.
about Kenzie as well, but I don't know, part of me is like she won, let her live her life, you know, she doesn't need
Since
to
I
come back.
picked Earl, I wish I had picked another winner. That's where I'm at. I wish
the
there was like 1, 2, or 3 winners.
The winner I had was Mike from season 30, which
Oh yeah, that would be
I think
interesting.
I think that could have been fun. I don't know how
Mhm.
he would have done, but just to have, I don't know. Like I feel like we're lacking a little in that archetype.
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah,
Dominic
looking at
could have gone
this,
toe to toe.
at least guys wise, we don't have any of like the comp piece that you regularly think about.
No, but I think that also speaks to what we're interested in on the show.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
And
like I'm not
all
looking to
these
have
people have
Jonathan
that
on here.
potential.
Yeah, Yeah, true. The only other early males I had was Devin from season 35,
I had
and
him.
then this was when I was just scraping the barrel. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe Mike White from David and Goliath. He was funny.
Mike White, I saw while we were talking, and I was very interested in Mike White.
Yeah.
Um, I had Davey. When that last decision was between Hayden and Davey.
Okay.
And I ended up going Hayden just to just season wise to diversify a
Yeah.
bit more. I also had Sean Rector from like season 4 written down.
Wow. That's a
Um,
pull.
that's one that I've heard rumored. So that was partially like, oh, I've heard this rumor a little bit. I had
Uh-huh.
Ian from what was that, Palau? The one who like gave up immunity after 14 hours to Tom.
Yeah.
I had Shane Powers. I had Marty from 21. And then I had War Dog as well.
I thought about War Dog. The only other females
Apparently,
I had.
I was looking up stuff and it was like they took out the funniest joke in Edge of Extinction. I guess after War Dog introduced himself as the War Dog, it went to
Mhm.
Devon's. He's like, "That's weird. My name's also the War Dog." That's just hysterical.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
The only other the females I had three more. I had Elaine from 39, which I that would have been the last one I picked.
Mhm.
She was just the only person that I remembered when reading those names.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had Lauren from 38, who was duo with Kelly. She could be fun. And then I had Gabby from David and Goliath.
Oh yeah. Oh, Gabby would have been good.
Yeah, I
I
don't know. Not
had
super passionate about any of those, which is why I didn't pick them.
I threw Shambo in last minute in consideration. I also had Chelsea from season One World as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had Taj from Token Chains, but I don't think she'd ever play
Yes.
again.
Wow.
And then I had Natalie Bolton from Micronesia.
Sure. Yeah.
'Cause I feel like she's one that people have always wanted to see back.
Yeah. All right, good list. Let me just
Looking at this
recap
list,
it
are there
real
any of my
quick
picks that you're mad about?
that I'm mad about.
Or like
No, I don't
you
think
like
so.
I don't want to see that at all.
No, honestly. I think the ones I'm neutral on, I'll say, like I don't hate them. I think, like I said, Hayden, I'm a little neutral on.
Yep.
And like Sabrina and Lauren, I just don't remember enough about them. But
Mm-hmm.
if we're looking at a all returners season and those are the bottom of the list, that's better than every other returner season, right?
Yeah,
Because like
true.
every single one, there's at least 5, 6, 7 people that I'm like, why? Why are they back? So
Mm-hmm.
this would by far be the best one for me.
I think the two that stand out for me is Dom. I don't know. His I don't know, his challenge performance. He's just out of shape now. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't know if I want to see it again. And Venus. I think if you could sub in Venus for Emily, I'd do that every day of the week.
I feel like I would have too. I didn't think about it. Well, maybe. I
You
don't know.
can.
I need Venus. I'll stand up for her.
Okay. I respect that. Overall, very interesting cast. I feel like the season 40 women were always it's tough.
Yeah, and I'm very curious why that is. I don't know. Is there something that's changed in the editing where they've tried to focus more on females? Post, because it's not even necessarily. I mean, like we have had more female winners in the new era.
Yeah.
But we didn't pick any of them. So,
Mhm.
so I don't know. Like I wonder, is there something in the editing where they have shifted to be more inclusive in that way? So now we are like pre-40, we just didn't get the airtime with them. I don't know. There could be
Yeah.
something there. Who knows?
Maybe we're just sexist.
Yeah, and maybe once season 40 hit, we changed our ways.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to us.
And now we see females as good Survivor players. Who knows?
Yeah.
Although I don't know if all the ones I picked were the best Survivor players. All right. I think it's a good list. We'll be back. Wait, is it next week? Survivor starts?
Next week.
All right. then we're back in the grind. Season 38. 48.
Good save.
Thanks. And we'll just be, I don't know, I guess, trucking through until 50, because, I mean, as much as I'm going to enjoy 48 and 49, but, like, this next year is just going to be like, when is it coming?
Yep.
I feel bad for everyone on 49.
This is the longest break between seasons with returners ever. Unless you count Bruce.
Well, I think you technically have to, but I don't.
Yeah, I know, and I'm mad about it.
All
That was
right.
a fun fact, and then I remembered the one reason that it wasn't true.
And it's got to be one of the weirdest reasons they brought someone back ever. Like, he's not the first person that has been injured on the first challenge.
No.
He's not the first person that has gone home before the first tribal. He's like, whatever. Okay. Well, that's all we got today.
They had a season where they did a schoolyard pick'em, and 2 people just didn't get picked to play in the season.
That's true. But let's bring
Now,
Bruce
do I want
back.
to see either of them play? Not really, but still, that's awful.
All right. For more episodes, notgameallpersonal.com. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, at NGAPpod, at NGAPpod. I'm Nathan. This is Tony, and we'll see you for Survivor 48.
I got nothing.